Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Igaga, and as always, this is your favorite show, the one show that's not afraid to talk about the issues that are affecting men. Now, today we're going to be talking about men and aphrodisiacs. There's a huge industry which is growing in terms of consumption of performance enhancement drugs for men. That's what aphrodisiacs are. Has Uganda been left behind? No, we've not been left behind. The industry is growing. Thus, it means the demand is also growing. So, gentlemen, I have to ask, first and foremost, this industry is growing, okay? So there's a need, and a huge need. What is the big deal about sex? Joseph, you've always said that sex is overrated.
Yeah.
Okay. But the industry is growing.
Yeah.
So how can it be overrated?
I don't mean it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sex is important, very, very, very important.
Yeah.
But it is not the reason
That we live and breathe.
that we live and breathe and the sun rises. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's very, very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that are going to sell most in the entire world are things that are either going to be used to take away or bring confidence, I think. And sex is one of those ways that very, very many male human beings are validated. So doing it well or telling yourself you're doing it well is very, very key.
Being able to last.
Yeah.
Colin, performance enhancement. Is sex overrated? Because the industry is growing. You were asked, you said it seems to be only the Masoga who don't use
no, but like,
some of
I mean,
these things.
if you look,
The women or the men?
if you
The
look
women
at
are well
the
taken
statistics,
care of.
you know, Bazoga men just don't need performance enhancing
Okay,
drugs.
I
'cause
think let's skip the statistics and stick to the topic here. And what's the big deal about sex?
no, because unlike Joseph, I don't take a broad world view to things. I think that Uganda is a very highly sexualized society.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it through our media, you can see it through the focus, you can even see it through sexual innuendo that makes it into mainstream language, and how easy it is for words like Kandahar to cross from, being towns in Afghanistan to,
To towns elsewhere.
where words like carpet bombing, which are actually strictly military terms, end up becoming, sexualized. I think that our society is very highly sexualized, and a large part of that is tied to performance.
Yeah.
And what has happened is, with the advent of the internet, the access, and you don't know how much access has happened until you start going through people's WhatsApp video galleries. Then you know what people are actually watching and what's actually going down. And I think that what that has done, it has raised the bar. Because even people who thought they were good now realize, oh my God,
There's more.
there's so much more to do. And I think that's where it comes from. But also, it's not just started now. The emphasis has always been there. I mean, for years, people have been selling, Mulondo roots. I always saw people in the park, and I never knew what it was. But you just see guys just buying. It's like 200 shillings, just buy it. Guys are chewing the stuff. You don't know why they're chewing it. But you wonder why the guy has like 6 wives. Like, the guy is a star. And I think that sex is a very honest investment. There's no way it can lie to you. Dude, if you had the guy, there is appreciation and there's repeat business and referrals.
There are certain, where I beg to differ with you guys, there are certain communities where women are taught, okay. Here in Uganda, and also, I know Tanzania is very famous for it, and in Kenya along the coastal area, women are taught to appreciate men.
Yes.
Okay, regardless.
Yes.
Okay. So it may not really be a measure of performance, okay, and self-esteem. She's meant to build your self-esteem.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the same story she tells you is the same story she'll tell any other man.
Yeah, but Peter, she may be appreciating you, but do you think that you'll get referral business?
You want to be referred where?
No. I'm just putting it out. But Joseph, you see.
I am not married yesterday.
Not
You needed this thing.
The gloves
Now,
are off.
You see, Colin was beginning to trace the roots of this obsession with sex. But me, I would like to go back to the early 1900s, especially in psychological roots. One of the earlier psychologists, Sigmund Freud, one of the greatest actual psychologists, said that humans have three fundamental needs. Number one was sexual aggression. And number two was survival. So if we stop there, already you can see where sex energy is. So it becomes
human beings or men?
Human beings.
So it's men and women.
Yes, men and women.
Yeah.
And if again you look through our tradition as Ugandans, for me particularly the tribe where I come from, if a man's firepower was very limited, there were herbs which would be given to boost the satellite. And that shows you that the obsession with enhancement has always been there. Now, why it appears to be common now is because of communication, media. And you said at the beginning that particularly our Ugandan women were taught to appreciate a man no matter what. Yes, but now these urban ladies are reading a lot. Maybe the rural woman may be silent, whether you fire for 1 second or an hour. After all, that's what the Senkas taught her. Yeah. But the Kampala woman, no.
Yeah.
No.
She will demand.
She will demand more. She will demand more, or she will simply walk away and go where there is more. So what do you have to do then? You buy ammunitions, armor yourself. And of course the other argument is that now it has been commercialized, the whole enhancement business. So there are adverts everywhere, enlargement, contraction, buy this, visit Senga so and so, and there are these shops selling these things. So, and you know, in a capitalistic economy, the moment there is some kind of demand, then supply will come in, and sometimes advertising can mislead people, even when they okay. They believe that I think I need more than what I already have.
Yeah, great stuff. Joseph, do you think, in your opinion, that men are generally obsessed with sex?
No.
That it's more of an obsession than a need?
It could be true. One, I'm not going to agree with Colin that our society is highly sexualized, as in the Ugandan society. I think we are normal human beings when you compare ourselves with societies that are at the same level or even higher. I mean, where all these things are coming from, where the drugs are coming from, where these things are manufactured, where lots of different sexual orientations are coming from to this country. We are normal people. We are just it's just revelations to us. It's just that for us the communication has hit us and we are realizing things have been happening outside there, and all of a sudden now we are learning them. I don't think we are any more sexualized than.
No, but I'll tell you what, if I may just look at the East African region,
yes.
Generally, if you look at Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, even South Sudan, those societies are more reserved about sexual matters. You will not find a paper.
Key?
Yes, in terms of what you call you'll see like the way a lot of our ladies dress in town with the very revealing clothes. In other societies like in Kenya and Tanzania, do it at night in a club, not in town. We see it happen in town. Newspapers like some of our tabloids that sell here cannot, even the Ugandan tabloids are banned in those other countries.
You see, let's not confuse the two things. Writing about sex is not, I don't think it is sexualized. It's the act. It's how you behave as a society, as opposed to reporting about how you behave.
Media's reflection of the society.
Just a minute. And let's not talk about Kenya. Sex is not such a big deal in Kenya. Everyone who goes there tells you that people have sex and they walk away. Just that for you now, it's a revelation. You have to write about it. Who is sleeping with who? People there, they are just. I mean, a girl you don't have. Isn't that true?
I want to go back to.
I don't want to generalize. But for example, in TZ, and I'm talking about societies that are at the same level. I don't think Uganda and Southern Sudan are at the same level. But I think what is happening is, and of all these countries that you've mentioned, when it comes to being capitalist, someone was talking about capitalism and stuff. Yeah, you go to a place like Rwanda, where the society is all restricted and everything. I don't think we should be comparing apples and oranges here. We are a very, very liberal society.
Sure.
Yeah, in terms of the kind of information that we get, I think some of these things should be managed. Yeah.
I want to say something. It's the hype. What the hype has done is it's made people think that they need all this sex, but really what they need is just a healthy, regular dose.
I'm not disagreeing with what Colin is saying.
It's like dosing.
I'm just saying that this sex thing, like money, especially money and sex, society can come out and start to make these two things validate human beings. Yeah, that you'll go to places and all that people talk about is the money. It is what makes them, and others it is the amount of sex they are getting. It's very common to see a guy here being called a woman expert and stuff like that, and they'll feel good about it because that makes them feel
Validated.
yeah, validated. But like you said, it's not that much sex. If those are the things that you're flaunting in front of me, I will not respect you very, very, very much.
But
Because
let's just ask.
Gentlemen.
So a guy who has 4 inches, should he not get help?
Now,
Because now Mukasadi, because of what the positions that we're taking now, what we've done is we've said, these things are not important. We're an intellectual society. This is. So the guys who don't have enough.
who does not have enough? Sorry, Banji. Because research has been done. Okay.
It's not what you have. It's
But isn't
what
that
you
an
do.
individual-
No,
thing.
not. There are societies that have much smaller.
And
There are societies that have much bigger. So you see, what is working in that society is what they have made you believe is what is supposed to be working. There are societies, and I don't think the whole of South Asia is complaining.
But the population is one of the fastest growing in the
So,
world.
yeah. Yes, and I want to borrow. Colin used a military terminology, and I want to borrow from the military. The Americans have the best military equipment. They went to Afghanistan, but they are being defeated by guerrilla warfare, using small weapons. Now, what does this mean for us in this business?
No,
No, Colin,
we are not licensed.
Colin.
This kind of- I didn't even see it.
What does this mean? Because if you see the current government came to power through guerrilla warfare and defeated the ruling government, it means that if you have small weapons and you master the art of deploying them, okay, they will produce results. You don't need external assistance.
27 guns.
Yes, 27 guns, 27
AK-47s.
ragtag soldiers overthrew a government. So now, sometimes because we don't appreciate what we have, then we move into those
Aphrodisiacs, yeah.
and we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that.
No, but it could be a genuine concern. The 27 guns are not working.
Yes, yes. So what
You need more.
if you have it and it is working, then exploit it. Make it efficient so that when it is deployed, it delivers the results.
Yeah.
Because there is also a danger now in applying these substances.
Now we have to take a break, and when we get back, we'll be talking about the measure of performance. In case you've just joined us, we are talking about men and aphrodisiacs. Don't forget, this is your show. We want to hear from you. Go to our Facebook page, like it. It's NTV Men. Give us your feedback. Talk to us. We've got a lot of discussions going over there with more than 30,000 people. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.